Hey YouTube, I'm John.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is the React Cast. Thank you guys very much for coming back. So this is episode 17, I believe. Maybe not, probably not, to be honest. But as usual, we like to start off with a little interesting something we learned from you all. And previous Hunter x Hunter episode, we were messing up the Nen categories about Killua. And so we had Jamal just go through all of them for us. And he gave us all the... Of course, we learned eventually that Killua was a transmutation class of Nen.
We were right.
Not a manipulator. Yeah.
Okay.
But then Gon's enhancement, Killua and Hisoka are both transmutation. And Knuckle is emission. And Kurapika and Kite are conjurers.
Wait,
Shoot,
Gon is transmutation?
No,
What did you
enhancement.
say?
I said Gon is enhancement.
Oh, okay.
Killua and Hisoka are transmutation.
Okay.
And Knuckle is emission. Transmutation. I was wondering, that sounds so wrong.
That doesn't sound
Why
right.
does it sound wrong? And the Kurapika, Kite are conjurers, and Shoot and Moral are both manipulation.
I won't remember any of that. I'm just gonna keep in my head. Gon is enhancer, and Killua is same as Hisoka, which is I was gonna say manipulator. Transmutation. Transmutation.
Yeah. But I wanted to start off with the show that we were talking about last time. We were talking about Uncle from Another World, how ridiculous the Isekai's got.
Yeah.
And so I decided to check it out, and she also checked it out. And it's a pretty good show.
It's pretty fun to watch, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a show that I would... it's not a show I would react to.
Yeah, there's not a lot to discuss about it.
It's not a show that's... I don't think it's great.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
You know? It recently got delayed due to COVID. COVID is still taking out names left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So it's going to be back the 17th with the 5th episode, which is technically already out, but the 6th episode will be out on 24th and the 31st. That's what it says.
What? Okay.
The 7th and 6th episode will be airing on the 24th and the 31st. There we
okay,
go.
so 5th is still the 17th. Not that it matters because I'm not watching it. Wait, is this the first season or
First season?
Yeah,
First
this is still the first season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's... Like, we were talking about this in depth, where it looks like a show with very surface level humor, doesn't get very deep. The relationship between the uncle and nephew is pretty good. They actually care about each other. It's wholesome, you know?
Yeah.
But there are hints that there may be more in the background. Like, he may have actually been somewhat disturbed in his childhood, like the uncle, based on the way he reacts to people. Because the running gag of the show is this is an episode 1 and 2 kind of spoiler, very light. You see it immediately. Is that the girl in the other world that he was in basically was in love with him, but he can't really see that. And the running gag is that there's girls who constantly are coming on him and trying to like say that we love you or whatever, but he rejects all of them. He sees it, all the manipulation attempts, and you get like light hints that maybe he's just so jaded from his own life that he can't be reciprocal of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were talking about a theory as well that the show may go down a darker path towards the end. And I think we're both hoping that it did, just to kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You know what? It would, if I were watching that, I'd probably like be. I don't want to say hoping, but I would say hoping that it turns into a ReZero kind of thing. Because when ReZero started, you didn't sense that at all where ReZero's going. So that's how it feels. It feels like, oh yeah, let's be happy, and then it could just go dark any second. Die and reincarnate.
Yeah, because there was another anime that was like that, where it started out lighthearted as an isekai, and then right at the very end, I can't remember his name. We were talking about it. It's the Overly Cautious Hero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing is very goofy and just slapstick comedy, but right at the end, super serious, very messed up background. This is where it all comes from. The end, and you know, it kind of really abruptly ends on. It was all very serious.
Yeah.
And it just moves on.
What's weird is that like it gaslights you into thinking that the series was like this the whole time. Like once you get to the last couple episodes.
100%.
Oh my gosh! Like you were missing it.
But then you think about like to the first episode, it's like no, that didn't happen. I've been lied to.
That scene did not occur.
Yeah. But
that might be just like the author going through something. It's like, I'm ending it now.
Oh yeah. But, I was in the comments at the last episode, and people were saying that like in the manga, there is a second arc that comes after that one. They were like, the author must have been going through something because it gets so messed up in the next arc. But yeah.
So it continues that, or it's just that arc?
It's a different arc. It's a new.
Yeah, I get that,
storyline.
but like, is it like a suddenly dark and then goes back to normal, or did you get the feeling that the manga changes and from then on it's not a lighthearted show?
I have no clue.
Ah, dang. I was hoping for a bit more spicy.
I didn't read that far into the comments, unfortunately.
But there is another thing that had to do with the manga. Kaguya, so we already know that Kaguya Love is War is coming to an end. They're holding an audition for the artists for the new manga.
Oh.
Which is this, I don't think I've ever heard of this happening before, where they're just like, alright, we're gonna have a new manga, we're gonna have a raffle, you're gonna audition whoever I like the most, you're gonna help me become this co-creator of a wonderful new manga.
Okay.
I mean, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened to the old artists?
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. It just says now we're just gonna do a new thing and I'm gonna take a raffle. I keep saying raffle.
Raffle. Yeah. I wonder if it's for the college arc or if it's ending the college arc.
This is on a new manga, so I imagine it would say.
Okay, so it's not even this anymore.
No.
Okay, that's why.
This is
Okay.
ending.
Okay.
They did talk about there will be a spin-off for this as an anime, and that's been
For Love is War.
Yeah, so that's been a speculation because a lot of the old characters are returning, so it sounds like it's just kind of a sequel anime.
Yeah.
But then this one is separate, where it's like we're doing a new manga.
New manga. Okay.
So, curious what is in that mind.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, the film's not even out yet, and it's already doing this. So that was a quick little drop of information.
Yeah, I'm happy.
But
More love is war. More love is war.
I was going to come around to this one a bit later, but I think that was a good time. So Haikyuu is back, and it's coming back with 2 final films.
Huh?
Yes. So this is a bit odd.
Okay.
And the fandom is reacting very very viscerally about it. It's like, there is a lot left to adapt. I see some people who are saying there are like 100 to 200 chapters left, and they're going to end it on this film, is what it seems like.
Oh.
Maybe they haven't been clear about what they're saying, but they've been pushing that this is the final films. We're ending into 2 films, and it's unsure if this is going to be a Demon Slayer situation, where they're going to have the films and then have the more longer, in-depth anime.
In between.
Remember when they did that with the train arc, with that movie? Yeah, so we're not sure if that's what's going to happen, but people are not liking this.
Yeah.
One user said there are at least 3 full-length matches left in a series, plus another arc in between some of them. So, and another says, I'm excited, but if it's just 2 movies, they're going to cram and cut a lot of material that makes this work. I'm a huge fan of the final arc, and I'd hate to see it rushed if that is the case. What's good about Haikyuu is the characters and development of not just the main characters, but also the secondary ones. 2 movies means a lot of good character moments will have to be sacrificed, and that's a shame. On the other hand, I'm sure it'll look incredible, so that's something.
Is that all one person?
Yeah. The second one was
He
all
gave
impressive.
paragraphs. That's pretty cool.
Yes. That's why I took it. So he separated it, he thought about what he was saying.
I was thinking, yeah.
So I was going to show you guys the little trailer here, but I decided not to because people were saying there are some very important panels of the final scenes of the manga in this trailer itself.
Oh, really?
And this is a situation where I kind of want to wait for more information because it could be that it is a Demon Slayer situation where we just don't have to watch the film and then we can watch the anime because that's probably what we prefer to react to.
Yeah. The reason I would want to watch the trailer is if 2 movies is all that's left, I want to like enjoy it thoroughly and not be spoiled by a trailer.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, like you guys may have noticed on the channel, we don't really do a whole lot of trailer reactions except for shows that we have already signed up for or shows that we know are going to go on for a long length of time. Usually we skip them entirely because of the fact that we like to get surprised by everything we see.
Yeah.
Because trailers these days,
They don't know how to keep anything a secret.
anime especially,
Yeah.
they put everything out there.
Yeah. I will give it up for Demon Slayer's trailer. That was pretty good. Not too much given away.
What I've noticed is the trailers that you usually can watch for animes are the teaser trailers before the real trailer comes out. The teaser trailers usually just like they barely give you anything, and then you're like, what was that? But you saw the characters basically.
So it's for each movie that the trailers are there. For
Yes, they'll both be coming out at the same time.
oh, they're not out yet. Okay.
No, but there's going to be they say a kickoff event next August, so 1 year from now. It's assumed that's the release date, but they say the word kickoff event. There's a lot of little things that you can see when you're dealing with media from another country, that there's things that you ordinarily you'd get immediate clarification or you'd understand what they mean, but we just can't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it does the anime in between idea, because it's like a new moon thing where they're just taking the ideas from other people. It's like just split the book into two halves. from what is it, Demon Slayer? They're taking the idea, just make the movie and then make the season. More money.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And the thing with Demon Slayers though is they didn't add much in the
first
episodes.
Arc, yeah.
No, I mean they didn't add much from the movies. Like they just replayed the movies. It was like people said there were like 1 or 2 new scenes. I didn't see any.
Yeah.
There's literally like the getting on the train had a little bit more, and getting off the train had a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else really.
That's true.
Yeah. So I if they were to follow that, give me some more cut scenes at least. I don't know, smiley face. Like, oh, we didn't see a smiley face in the movie.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we did have the after parts, but even the after, like the ending credits parts, didn't have that much either. So
Yeah. I mean, the funny enough, I did see some comments pointing out how someone just straight said, I blame Demon Slayer for this. Because they're like, it was too successful. Now they're going to do it with everybody.
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean, I genuinely enjoyed Haikyuu. It wasn't my favorite anime ever. I'm not someone who's generally into sports anime overall, but I liked it. And I would like, after all this time that has been invested, it's one of the first animes we all watched together, that I would like to see it end strong. End the way it should be ending, not end conveniently.
I was just the other day remembering it and like, oh, I look forward to coming and seeing Haikyuu again.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm being robbed of
Your
all
experience.
of the experience, because watching Haikyuu, I feel like Haikyuu is most enjoyed binged, because like sometimes the matches get dragged out, because you get like, look at the last season we just finished. That one match was how many episodes?
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of like, no, I need more. I need to see the end of this match. So in that sense, I feel like I'm being robbed of that experience of, you know, wanting the next, the pain and
like,
suffering
dragged out, and
Yes.
be like, next episode, please.
Exactly.
Yeah. So apparently also this show has inspired a stage play, like many other animes have, for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they like to make stage plays of animes.
Yeah.
Wait, is this specifically in Japan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Wait, is it traditional Japanese?
I don't know. No.
It's like a play.
A play.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a
Musical?
super bigger thing than just like a school play. It's like a
It's a grand thing.
grand
Grand
play.
thing,
You
okay.
get big tickets to like a big.
It's not musical though, right?
Sometimes they
Yeah.
do musical. Although I watched the what do you call it? Like, you know, somebody who like takes snippets of the recording of the play, and then they overlay like what the people are thinking on it, on the text on the screen. I watched some of those. Those were fun.
Oh, you mean what the audience is thinking, or what the actors?
What the actors are thinking.
Oh.
Like, maybe the actor makes like a funny face, or their reaction to something is like, oh, and it's like, oh, that's our boy.
One other thing that someone pointed out is that the ending of Haikyuu, not just the ending, the final arc in general, is supposed to be very emotional, and it's supposed to be. It takes a lot to get to that point to build up. So that's where a lot of the concern from the fans come from, is that it's a really good ending, but it requires a lot of things to happen in order for it to go well. So it's just alarming. I mean, to be fair, it's 2 movies. We've seen a lot get adapted into 1 movie. It's 2 full-length movies. So it's got that going for it. But I understand the trepidation.
I think the only thing that will make me feel better is if they actually get to put it in theaters. I'll go watch it in the theater like Jujutsu Kaisen.
I believe it will be.
Okay, I feel better.
It's going to be a big thing.
We might have to wait a year to watch it though.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd end up having to do like a Spider-Man No Way Home Come Home and talk about it, have a big film review and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we did it for Jujutsu Kaisen too.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
That was exciting. Yeah.
Another anime that I think you have seen this one. I think Misfit of the Demon King. Oh no, you haven't. I was telling you about it. Yes, it's getting a second season in 2023. So I was talking with them about it and whether or not we should react to it or not. And I didn't think it was a great show to react to, but I saw it all the way to the ending, and yes, it's not bad, to be honest. It's pretty decent. That's it.
Decent. It's just decent. It's like, oh, maybe we'll
the
react.
thing is, when you watch like the great animes, especially the ones that we're watching on our channel, it's hard to compare them and not like drag them down a peg, basically.
Okay.
But on the scope of like all animes, it's like it's a pretty good anime.
It's okay. It's worth our time. So maybe what if we just put it on the poll?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna put it on the poll. There's some other shows on there that are in this category, like. Well, that would win, but also there are shows that are on this tier, like God of High School, and there's two like that: God of High School and
Tower of God.
Tower of God.
Oh,
yeah, those two. I keep mixing them up, but they're both on there. I thought putting like Record of Ragnarok on there. They're all B tier shows that are good that you wouldn't think are bad watching them. But then when you put it up against like ReZero or Death Note, it's like there's no chance.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we have any more shows that are like ReZero Death Note level?
Yes.
On our
Steins Gate. Steins Gate very nearly won, and we also have what's this called? Oh, you know of Steins Gate. You've heard the ancient words.
Yes. Never been interested into it.
You never saw it?
No, I've never been interested.
Yeah.
Did you suddenly clap?
That looked like a shucks move. But why?
I'm sorry for clapping, by the way.
It's really loud.
Yeah, but it's because there's a lot of animes that you have seen that I would have liked just to have been watching for the first time together, and it's such an up there anime that I'm surprised you never saw it. Because it's like ReZero. When I heard you hadn't seen ReZero, it was like, oh, we gotta watch ReZero then, because it's a show that I can guide you both through, but I know how into anime you get. So I can see that difference between when you're seeing an anime that you've seen before or you're seeing an anime for the first time that blows you away. It's a huge difference. So I just got a little excited.
You got excited.
You were like, yes, monetize those views.
Yes. Each tier is $1.
Oh no, does it get sad? Does it get bitter?
It gets sad sometimes, yeah.
Oh no.
I put it up there with ReZero. I think they're like equal.
Oh, okay.
Not so sadness, like in terms of greatness.
Oh.
In fact, I think Steins Gate's a little better of a show.
Less sad or
it's a masterpiece. I consider it a masterpiece.
Okay.
Another show that very nearly won is I always forget his name. I keep wanting to say something Victoria, and I'm 100% sure that is not his name.
Is it the one purpley cover?
Purpley.
No, like the cover photo is like a girl and a guy. No.
I mean, there's a lot like that. But
No, there was one on our poll that was that because it was like between that and something else that was gonna
yeah,
win.
it nearly won.
Evergarden?
Yes.
Purpley.
Purpley. Violet Evergarden.
Okay.
I've never seen it. I think you've seen it.
I've not seen it.
Okay, so no one has actually seen it, but it's reputed to be one of the most emotional animes out there.
Yeah, but it is emotional. Oh, that's what you just said.
One of the most emotional.
I thought you said one of the most high or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know in terms of how good it is. I know it's beautiful. I've seen like little snippets of it. It's gorgeous.
The cover is really pretty, but it looks real. It looks like The Notebook. You know that movie?
It looks sad.
It just looks like, oh, you're gonna rip my heart out. Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me about ReZero, I would not have watched it. So I feel like experiencing ReZero trauma has hardened me to anime trauma, and I think even though I'm still struggling with Code Geass and we're like an episode from the end, and I'm still like, I'm scared. I feel like I'm more emotionally prepared to take on shows like this, you know, after ReZero.
It's calloused your heart.
Yeah.
No, I think it just has mental trauma now.
I mean, I deliberately worked our way up there to Code Geass, but yeah, you know, it takes
He's like,
steps.
it's all a part of the plan.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's just like when we were the first couple animes, I was just basically testing waters to kind of see where the baseline for tolerance for brutality. And then after that, I was like, all right, maybe they could take Code Geass. All right, maybe they could take this show, and kind of working our way up.
I feel like Code Geass, in terms of brutality, is way better than ReZero.
Code Geass is not
as dark.
Yeah, it's not physically brutal. It's like I remember I just can't find the word. It's not cringe and it's not angst, but that's what I call it. Because it's something like with that. Yes.
It's that sound.
Basically.
It doesn't. You're not like ew.
Yeah,
there's no ew feeling.
There's no cringe
half of
feeling. It's just there's a feeling, and it's very strong, and like you can't run.
Somebody break out a dictionary for us, please. Thesaurus.
Or give us a word in another language. We'll use that.
I just start speaking African. I believe it. That's how I feel right now. That may have been racist.
Yeah, I was thinking like somebody's gonna say it. Somebody's gonna say it.
Not my intention. But yeah, Evergarden is supposed to be, from what I know, which is very likely incorrect, it's supposed to be about dealing with trauma itself. It's supposed to be post-war, and they're dealing with that. I think. Like, I don't know if the whole anime is focused around that, but it's about characters who have been through that kind of civilian life going back. And then, so, I mean, we already really talked about this, that My Hero Academia's 6th season is coming out October 1st, but Crunchyroll has now officially been like, yeah, they went to the expo. Apparently Crunchyroll has an expo.
Oh.
And on Friday they said, yes, we will stream the 6th season. It will be on October 1st. Everything's 100% done. It's all coming back together. And everyone's excited. The studio's excited. Bank accounts are excited. Everything's
Bank accounts are excited.
I love how nonchalant you're about that. It almost went over my head.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had a question that I had told the person who asked this that we would answer it in the Death Note video. But then I saw that, I remembered after he told me that we're having the podcast today, so I just folded into the podcast, is that who do you think is smarter, Light or Lelouch?
Oh.
And here's the thing, I answered that question to the person who replied to me, and then afterwards we got someone else who replied, and they disagreed, and they're like, come on, and they gave their reasons, and they got 3 upvotes, and I got none. And so I took it personally. And so I was thinking, alright, so obviously we're in Lelouch's home territory here, because we're on a Code video.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious to hear if you guys had your own individual thoughts about this before I even say whose side I was on, or how I formulated those thoughts.
Well, we haven't seen the comment. But
No. There was just a question, and then I replied, but I don't want to tell you what I replied.
Okay. So.
I feel like I have to talk through it, my answer. So, thinking about Light and Lelouch, I feel like their intelligence is kind of tested differently. Lelouch is tested in a very physical way. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces, right? So his intelligence seems higher because he has to deal with so many different, variables at once. So I can understand if, people would say Lelouch is smarter. Light is a little bit more not subtle.
It deals in like micro moves.
Yes. Yeah, he's dealing with a more, he has to be more careful and more controlled. I definitely think Light has more self-control, but that's not really a question of intelligence. But it helps his intelligence is that he can think faster on his feet. Lelouch has shown us Lelouch has shown time and time again. Click this, it'll mute the tab.
Wow.
Lelouch has shown time and time again that when he's caught in a pinch, he just freaks out.
Hands in the air, flailing.
That's what I said.
He just panics, and he does not deal with the high pressure of in the moment pressure as well as Light does. Light has very good control, and I don't know if that speaks to intelligence. Again, I feel like it could just be personality that kind of helps his intelligence. So if I were to pick one. I don't know how Light would do on the battlefield. I don't know how he would do with so many variables working with. You know what I mean? He's dealing with one very smart person each time,
and then that smart person kind of making waves for the people around him.
Right, and he has to deal with those variables. And but I think he did do a really smart, without giving spoilers. At the end of what you would call season 1, his big move with
Light?
Light's big move, you know, in the helicopter when he gets the book back, and you learn everything of his plan. It's like, wow, that was deep. I don't know how you came up with that one in one spot. That showed that he was really, really smart. Lelouch has shown some moves like that too, though.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's been that entangled, is what I would say. So I would put it down to maybe Light is smarter. That's my reason.
I think... the reason is slipping me.
Oh, no. My talking.
I was going to say, I think Lelouch had an edge on Light. Oh, I remember now. The only reason I would say he has the edge on Light is because Light is constantly dealing with people who he has had enough time with to know the personality of, and to know to observe their actions and stuff. Lelouch is very good at predicting the actions of people he hasn't met in person.
That's true.
And strategizing based off of that. And that alone, basically. So
That's
I
a
think
big
That's
point.
a good point.
Yeah. He's like, and that just made me think, if you were to put Lelouch in Light's position, I think Lelouch would have probably been much better dealing with L.
I'm trying to think of like Lelouch without the Gias though.
Yeah.
Because I like you said that and I was instantly like, oh, he would Gias everybody, no problem. And then I'm like, wait
no Gias. No, but
he technically has a Gias though with the book. They just have to die afterwards.
So the same.
No, but in seriousness, I feel like that is a big, that's very important because that is Light's downfall. No, something bringing
Disadvantage.
Anyways, it's the thing that brings him down, or brought him down in the very beginning. He underestimated who L was, and he didn't think deeply enough of of the possibilities of who L was, and he made a rash move that made L win that first battle. And Lelouch would have been a lot more strategic in how he did his first play, I think.
I still don't know exactly who I would give the edge to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
How about this? If both of them were in the same world, with the same powers. Who do you think would win? So like Lelouch and Light are in Gias world. They both have Gias.
And let's say they're both against each other.
They both want to take over the world. They're both one is 0 and one is infinity.
That's a good question. Both have Gias. In that case, Light wins. The reason I say Light wins, Lelouch would have had a much easier time if he wasn't as emotional and didn't have the connections that he did. In fact, we see that for the first entire season, he's trying to remove Nunnally away from him, and he's trying to disconnect from his friends so that he isn't being held back. And we saw him make the most gains once he did disconnect. But then he had an emotional crash due to those connections. Light is a psychopath.
He never had connections.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about his connections.
And in this new world, there wouldn't be any. Well, let's take his family over. He still wouldn't care.
Yeah.
His family would be safe regardless because they're not royals, they're not connected to anything. They're in Japan, so I guess you could argue battles would happen around them. But without restraint, without somebody who has a reason for doing things, if Light just wants to topple the empire or take over the world, he absolutely could. But the funny thing is, if you flip it, and you put Lelouch and Light in the other world with the Death Notes, Lelouch wins. Because Lelouch doesn't make those stupid mistakes because his family's not in danger because there's no royalty.
Yeah, he would make sure that everything is disconnected from him. Lelouch.
And it already is.
Yeah. But I think like even I don't think he would kill as many people with heart attacks. I don't think he would kill them obviously like Light did.
I think he would have thought more thoroughly from the start. Light had to like pick up the pace of thinking thoroughly. You know, when he just started, he just did let me try this, let me try that. Wasn't thinking about the consequences from the start. I think Lelouch would have been much more. He's very strategic from the start because that's like how his angst of growing up and playing chess and things like that. You know,
he's a chess player.
Yeah, he's strategist.
The first move is strategy.
Yes. And there's more leeway with the Gias, whereas with Light was playing around with the Death Note, trying to figure out how it worked. There's TV, people were being watched and who was dropping, but with the Gias, Lelouch would have had to have tried to get caught in the early days. So there's really no way to figure out what he was doing.
So I think the answer is Lelouch and Light were born in the wrong world.
Yes, this is true.
Uh,
So jury's
where
still
is
out
this?
on that one. We could not come to a conclusion.
We have a piece of news here. So Crunchyroll is evaluating the rights regarding. It's a place called Right Stuff. So it's kind of a funny sentence there, but they bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting about this is they're a more commercial kind of website / physical distributor kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that Crunchyroll's trying to move into the anime retailer world, e-commerce world more. And we were talking about how before they were also getting that app where they could have simultaneous releases of English and Japanese manga.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like Crunchyroll's trying to make plays to become the source of not just information, also news, the mangas themselves, and even commerce will be coming soon from Crunchyroll.
Where's Crunchyroll based?
US, I believe.
How are they getting away with this?
What do you mean?
I think
US hates
they're
monopolies.
based on both.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they're based in both places, aren't they?
well,
Or are they-
in order to get this done, yes, but like the home territory, I believe, is in the United States.
Well, I guess the thing is they're not trying to like buy out people in their same domain. They're just trying to become
They're
more.
Amazoning. They're
Yeah,
expanding
they're
their net.
expanding. They're getting different types of things under their wing so that they can be like the one-stop shop kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it takes a lot to get an antitrust movement against you.
That's
Yeah.
And even then, like, I mean, I feel like Apple and Amazon should have been hit with that a long time ago.
It's too late.
You know, Apple's $1 trillion company.
Oh my gosh.
World's first.
Oh my
And I
god.
believe only.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's just interesting to see them make those moves, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
You're a part of Crunchyroll.
We're not even sponsored.
One day.
But check this out.
Hey, Crunchyroll, hit us up. Sorry.
No, please do. One Piece set the Guinness Book World Record with 500 million publishers.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, guys. You're my retirement plan, so keep going.
They actually are. She is going to watch the whole thing at some point.
Yes.
Yes. In the next, like, 50 years. Oh my gosh. Imagine the
More that's gonna be there.
There's just gonna be like 5,000 episodes for you to watch.
I'll put on my my will. I need One Piece to be playing during my funeral, please. Everything that I did.
Oh, even our favorite theme song, Yo Ho Ho, Itakabari Come Ho. Oh my gosh.
You ever seen that where the person who had passed away was like some kind of a electric dance raver, and so like you got one half of the funeral and everyone's like really serious wearing funeral clothes, and then the other half just people are just dancing.
Oh, is it the
You ever seen
coffin
that?
dance?
No. They're like doing a rave on one half because those were his friends or whatever. But that's how he wanted it to be buried.
Aww.
So then he's just real serious, and then these people.
Head banging.
I could probably find it. Let me see.
Oh my goodness.
Funeral people dancing. Not coffin dance.
Oh yeah, all you're gonna find is coffin
Yeah.
dance. Funeral rave.
Let's see.
Why'd you have to stop there? You could have scrolled back.
Ah, here it is. Goth
Oh,
rave.
goth rave.
Goth rave.
Funeral. What? Wow. Are they laughing or crying? I can't.
The people recording are laughing. The people who are standing beside are crying. People dancing are vibing.
Somebody's holding their baby.
Well, she's nodding and filming.
But yes,
Wow.
he wanted it this way.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Mm.
I mean, if you have the choice, might as well.
We had a lot of people at this funeral.
Rave
Oh, that's
at
nice.
rave at my coffin, please.
But I mean, I don't know how we got there from
I
Guinness
don't
Book of World
know.
Records. I actually don't remember. But yeah, apparently they have 417 million copies in Japan sold and over 100 million sold in the other 60 territories overseas.
Wow.
Yeah, he took a 1 month break, June 27th, to prepare for the manga's final saga. So it is going to end.
Oh
So
my
there's not gonna be 5,000 episodes by the time you retire.
god! There's hope.
I'm actually interested in watching it now.
Now that you know
Like,
there's an end.
There's an end.
Yeah.
It's gonna end.
Over 1,000 episodes, man.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about starting One Piece is if it's gonna feel like I tried to start and rewatch Sailor Moon, because it was just a nostalgic show for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I couldn't. I made it to like episode 10. I was like, curse you. I hate you so much. She's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I didn't remember her being like that.
Yeah.
I remember when it got to when she finally, I think, got close to the guy that she's supposed to be in love with.
Tuxedo.
Mask.
Tuxedo, whatever.
Tuxedo mask.
Yeah, when she finally got to like recognizing that, oh, I love you, whatever. And it's like that was like the final moment of where I was so happy, and I was like, I just want to experience that again. So I'm kind of scared with One Piece because I know it's because it's so long. They're gonna be dragging out a lot of things, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna feel. Like I want to just take it easy and just relax and like, no, I'm chilling.
Yeah, you're on the seas
Like a
with
villain.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically they're villains. They're pirates.
Yeah, I get to see a civilian in that show. But yeah, it's funny because watching it like that is the way to do it. Watching it with it's a show that you have to watch weekly, not binging. It's one of we're having to talk about how binging shows have ruined some shows entirely. But I remember when we were watching it, I was watching it waiting for it to get good, and I think that was the issue.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to get to the point where Luffy stopped annoying me so much, and he was annoying me because I was watching him weekly, and you're not supposed to take that much Luffy mean. So yeah.
You were binging, not weekly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I took too much, got high off it. Not good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, like every now and again, I've done this like maybe, and when I say every now and again, I mean like occasionally, once in a blue moon. I've probably done this like 3 times. I'll just look at the latest episode and skip through it because I don't want enough context to know what's happening because I might go back to it, but I want to see where we're at.
Yeah.
And just every now and again I'm like, wow, this show is still as psychedelic as I remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it now.
Everyone's like, it gets really good at this one. It gets really good at this one.
It's like 500 episodes in, you're gonna love it.
I'm like, I'm sure, but by then
Like,
I think I'm just brainwashed.
You know what I think? Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like someone who's getting used to beer. Like when you just start drinking beer, who likes beer on the first taste? Don't lie. I feel like you have to. It's an acquired taste, or like you're with friends.
You just have to commit that you're going to like it eventually.
Exactly. You're with friends and you just want to like it until you do. That's how I feel it might be like, where you're just, no, I'm doing it as a social thing. I social watch One Piece.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring it back. I accidentally skipped this. Rose, Rants.
Oh, okay.
What shows have you been watching?
I haven't been watching that many shows lately.
Get out of here.
But I while you were talking about was it Violet Evergarden, for whatever reason I think I've seen the cover of it, and the beauty of the cover reminded me of this anime I watched called Kino's Beautiful World. I've kind of told you about it. It's a super interesting anime. It's basically entirely world building. It's just showing you this really interesting world that like parts of I guess it's like a super continent. The world is super big and there's a whole lot of countries. Like one country, there's like, it's a roaming country, so it's like on wheels.
Oh, cool.
Another country is like it's on the water, and they're basically showing you all of these different places and how they live and all the cultures. Like one kind of town they go to is like another mini country they go into, and basically you have like social points of the better you are as a person, the less punished you will be for the bad things you do, but also the more wealthy you will get. So it's basically just all of the rewards for how good you are. And then there's this other country that's basically just battle royale all the time. And you get to, if you're able to defeat the king, you become the next king. It's just like super interesting world stuff like that. And I don't know, it was a really pretty anime, and I was super happy I watched it. But I don't know if it would be something it might be something we would be able to discuss actually, because we'd get to discuss like how would this country actually like realistically work.
I think it would be what you made me think of was something, the reaction style would be something like Star Wars Visions, where each world you talk about, it's kind of standalone. It's not really connecting plot or anything like that. So there's stuff to discuss, but it might not be satisfying enough because you don't get a reward of, I was right, you know?
There really is no, like, resolution to the anime because there was no, like, catalyst to the anime to begin with.
There's nothing to resolve.
Yeah. You do get some, some backstory for who Kino is.
Yeah.
And you do get some on some of the other characters you see on the cover. But it's not plot inducing or anything like that, which is why I never really recommended it because I know you really like plot driving force, like it's the kind of the journey is the whole anime, and you don't love that kind of thing because that's what One Piece is, and you're just kind of waiting for stuff to happen, and it doesn't really.
Yeah, but from what you're describing, I could deal with that because it's not so much that I need a driving force, it's just so much when there is a driving force, there's usually a lot more substance. And what you're describing of like seeing these cultures and seeing these worlds and seeing how it works, that sounds very enjoyable to talk about, like Monster of the Week kind of thing, where each week is something different and you talk about how this relates to how different this one is to the previous episode or stuff like that. I could enjoy something like that. Because even One Piece, like, sure, it was annoying and I really wanted to get to the story, but I could still talk about the episodes.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's like different weird, like, just not explained things, like Kino's bike talks to Kino, and apparently only certain kinds of people can hear the vehicle. And like that dog in the cover talks, so that's a thing. I don't really know why, and they never really get into it either. So
is it an old anime?
It was once, but I think it's still
up?
going.
Wait, it grew down.
It's like there was a old series of it.
And it's
like
a remake?
And then they made kind of a remake. They just kept going with different worlds, but it's more modern.
Oh, okay. Oh, is this like the... No, that's still the...
I'm trying to find an old picture. Let's see.
I don't know.
Is this the old one?
Old version.
Nope.
This looks pretty old.
Yeah.
And this one?
That's the old anime version.
Yeah, the hair.
The back looks a little different too.
But yeah.
A star in it. Military bike or
the
something.
bike is called a Motorrand. I don't know why.
I was gonna, like, what's the significance of
I
this?
don't know.
Yeah.
My other question is, does it feel like they would continue?
They definitely could.
Oh.
It's because, like I said, it's about the journey. It's not some, and Kino's not going for anything. He just wants to explore the world, basically, see what's out there, see the life and all that's happening, kind of thing. Wanderer.
The Wanderer. This is a song. Yeah. So, anything else that you've been watching or shall we?
Scared. None of us have ever seen Total Drama Island.
Oh my gosh. You told me this yesterday.
I have never seen Total Drama Island, not even one episode, really. I've just seen the ads that used to come on while I was watching, like, what is it, Cartoon Network or whatever it came on. But recently, I watched a whole 1 hour and 40-minute documentary by this random YouTuber I've never heard of before about this conspiracy called the Lizzie Isn't Crazy conspiracy, and I'm totally sold. To me, that's the whole show. And I watched an hour and 40 minutes of this man just convincing me about this conspiracy.
But you haven't seen the show.
I have never seen this show.
So he could like twist
and
anything.
I believe him. I 100% believe him. If you haven't seen it, I think you were mentioning the guy has like maybe, what was it, like 10,000 subscribers or 1,000?
Yeah.
Like 10,000 subscribers. This video has 500,000 views.
Oh my gosh. An hour and 40-minute video.
An hour and 40 minutes with 500,000 views. And I'm just like, I'm really glad I watched that. I'm really glad I'm informed now.
Your life is better.
I'm never gonna watch it again. Like I'm not. It's not. I still don't want to watch Total Drama Island. Apparently, a lot of people really liked it, and it's coming back. I think Netflix picked it up, but I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just glad I now believe that Lizzie is not crazy.
Lizzie.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are there any theories that you believe from a show? Like you've heard of a theory about a show that was never confirmed, but you 100% believe it?
There is one, but it's like at the back of my mind. I can't pull it forward. There's one that I watched. What was it? I can't remember. There's a particular guy on YouTube that would take random theories. Is it game theory? Oh, maybe it is game theory. But no, he did movie theory or something like that.
He has a film theory.
Film theory, yeah. And I did watch a couple of his things.
Is it the Matrix one?
That's one of them, I think, yeah.
That Neo isn't the one. I remember that.
Yes, I watched that one.
Mr. Smith was it?
Mr. Smith is the one, yeah.
Mr. Smith is the one. I totally believe that.
Yes, that one I believe.
100%. It lines up too well.
One that I had heard about recently that it's been a meme for a long time, but I've actually seen the breakdown discussion of it now. Darth Jar Jar.
Oh yeah.
That Jar Jar was supposed to be the villain in Star Wars.
Really?
I think it was true.
I think it was true.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, somebody who was working on the set, I think on that video, somebody replied on a Reddit, and they showed that on the video, that they worked on the set, and they said George Lucas changed the direction for Jar Jar a lot during filming.
Yeah, I saw it as well. He had a lot of things that he was going for, but then after the first of the prequels came out, I was just blasted. He was so upset by it that he changed a lot of things to just be more palatable to the average person. Which is why the second and third movie are considered the best of the prequels.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What I really liked about it is the placement of Jar Jar. Like, if you think about where he's from the same planet as Emperor Palpatine. He's standing next to Palpatine right after they said, there's not usually just one Dark Lord, there's two. For some reason, Jar Jar is standing next to the Senator Palpatine. All these important officials around him, but he's right there next to him. Yeah. As interesting as that theory is, the best theory I've ever heard, in terms of one that's almost certainly true, is the Snowpiercer theory.
Oh.
You know, no. You showed me that one. You never saw it?
Yeah.
Have you seen Snowpiercer? Oh.
Okay, so Snowpiercer is basically, there's a train that's basically, the tracks were built like pretty much all around the world. So basically there's this train, and basically what's left of humanity is on this train, and this train is self-sufficient and all of that. But people were tying it to Willy Wonka.
Okay.
And saying that, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but basically the person who made the train is Charlie. And it's like a whole crazy theory, and that Charlie is also connected to like why the world is frozen at the moment and why they needed to build the Snowpiercer and all that. It's convincing though.
Very convincing.
Yeah.
Very convincing.
Now I want to watch the show and then watch the theory.
That's what I did. I watched the show so I could watch the theory. The show's okay, but I mean the theory is fantastic. The show's alright. The trailers you may have been seeing were for what's it called?
It's kind of sequel.
Yeah, there's
series.
a sequel series. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a sequel series where they decided that, you know what, there's a good show, but we could kind of stretch this out. So they stretched it out.
Oh, okay.
But something I will point out though is there is moments where they use the song from Willy Wonka to slow down.
Oh.
But if you speed it up, it is the Willy Wonka song.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why are they using the slow down Willy Wonka
World
song?
of pure imagination.
Yeah.
That one.
It's too much connecting.
Yeah.
And also the train itself is just so grand, and how the hell does this work? You know, it's very Willy Wonka kind of technology. Yeah, but there's much more to go into that I hope you see it one day.
Very interesting.
Is there anything else, guys?
No. I mean, I have a plethora of conspiracies we could go into, but let's just move on.
We'll save it for the next one.
Whoa.
But guys, thank you guys very much for being here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked your time here, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Remember, you can check out the Patreon if you guys want to contribute, or you want to see the anime a whole week ahead for the shows that we do watch. If you want to get involved on the polls. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.